Stop acting like an idiot.
An idiot.
You're an idiot.
Is idiot?
Idiot. Oh. Idiot. Idiot. Hello? Idiot. Idiot.
And you'll be sitting there like an idiot.
Hey, idiot. Idiot.
That idiot's been feeding us for a week.
Idiot.
Idiot.
Idiot. Don't be an idiot.
Please, Ken, do not start doing this in your videos every time you do a vlog. It does not make you look hip or cool or younger. It is only going to make you look foolish. This is just some friendly advice.
Hey guys, how are you doing? It is 5 p.m. and it's still light out, which is always nice as we get closer and closer to June 20th, the longest day of the year. Or is it June 21st? I always forget.
I really do think that Ken makes himself look like an idiot on purpose because he thinks that it makes him look much more homely and genuine. I can never remember when something happens because I make these videos and I think that I'm so smart by bringing up all these adages and stuff, but I never take into account that I don't know half the shit I'm talking about. Chances are Ken doesn't know that June 20th is known as the summer solstice.
Anyway, today is February 1st. I made it through a whole month of carnivore, so 31 days of only eating meat, eggs, etc., fish.
It is not etc., Ken. It is etc., T, not X. It also does not look very good for your cognitive ability when all that you could think of was meat and eggs. And then you had to say etc., etc. But then you had to add in fish at the last second. Like it took you an extra couple of seconds to think of, oh yeah, fish is something that I ate on this diet. I guess saying beef, pork, poultry, dairy, etc., was just too complicated for your feeble little mind.
This morning stood in the scale and I was 199.1.
Daily weigh-ins are a compulsive habit, and that actually is part of an eating disorder. So you might want to reconsider in the future not doing that because it makes you constantly focused on the number that's going to show up on the scale. So you're going to make changes in what you will or will not eat based on that. Like I said, compulsive habit, eating disorder. You have an eating disorder, Ken, whether you want to admit it or not, because of just how focused you are.
So I was basically 1/10 of a pound away from my 15-pound. I didn't have really a goal. I don't recall having a goal. I was hoping I'd lose at least 15 to 20 pounds.
If you were hoping to lose 15 to 20 pounds, then you had a goal, numbnuts. That is a goal. If you plan out a number ahead of time, that is a goal. How confusing is that for you? Gee willikers, I didn't plan out that I was gonna lose X amount of pounds. Oh wait, I was hoping that I'd lose 15 to 20 pounds, so I guess stupid me did have a plan in mind. Do you see the difference there, Ken? Do you see how stupid you sound? That was you. That was me being you.
And so I'm as close as that. So I was very happy about that. Last night, after the live show I did.
Oh yes, you mean the live show that you were supposed to do once a week on Wednesdays for the people that are willing to give you at a minimum $5 per month on YouTube that you haven't been doing in ages and that you now dirty delete because you prefer to play copyrighted music, and rather than leave it up and it gets demonetized, you dirty delete it, as I said, so that YouTube doesn't crack down on you. Like, yeah, so the people that can't make it to the show that pay you a monthly subscription can't go back and watch it after the fact. Oh, and it's also where you take questions where people ask you about us, and you say, oh, well, I don't really listen to the haters and the trolls. I could care less about what they say, but then a day or two later in one of your new videos, you have to make a point to us about, I do something for myself. It's for me. So you clearly do listen to us, and you take the criticism, and it really does get under your skin. It's hilarious. I heard how you think that those of us that criticize you probably live in our parents' basements and collect welfare. That's what you said during your live stream. Makes you an ignorant fucking asshole. So now I guess you are also bigoted towards people that are hard on their luck or have disability concerns, huh, Ken?
I had like a big bowl of leftover rotisserie chicken that Carol bought a couple days ago or a day ago, and so I ate the rest of that, and that was it. That's all I ate. Prior to that was the 4 eggs, ham, and a leftover beef patty, probably like a 4.5 ounce beef patty. I don't know how many calories all that was, but so it seems like the last week of January I kind of plateaued. Some people are saying maybe you didn't eat enough.
You didn't plateau, Ken. What happened to you is you just ate and ate and ate and didn't push the plate away when you were satiated or satisfied, like you said earlier in the month. Instead, you just kept gorging yourself, and thus you were taking in more calories than you were burning off, or more calories than your body needed to sustain weight loss. That's what happened. You still don't understand the concept of calories in and calories out.
What are you doing now? You're blowing up.
I feel funny.
I'm not surprised.
What's happening?
You're blowing up like a balloon.
Like a blueberry.
Somebody do something. Call a doctor.
Stick her with a pin. She'll pop.
It happens every time.
This is what I foreshadow will happen at some point in February, that you will balloon back up to where you were before all of this ever started. It's what always inevitably happens to you, Ken.
There were days that I definitely ate more than my fair share of food, starting with last Sunday.
And it's time to sauce it up. Oh boy, is my mouth watering. You're gonna want to put a big dollop of that tangy red dead center on the dough.
Just a little bite. One little bite won't hurt you.
Then use the cheese to shove it to the edge.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, I think you should take a look at... Whoa!
No! What?
Yeah, hope you're all happy now. Good guy wins, bad guy loses. Big friggin' surprise.
To make fun of you? Why do we do this to ourselves? Every time we get depressed, we eat and eat and eat. Get it all out.
He's gonna blow!
You happy? Fatty make a funny?
Or I guess that would be 4 days ago when I ate all that meat at the Brazilian steakhouse. So I ate a lot there, and I thought I ate enough throughout the week, but I was kind of plateaued, obviously, in the 199 range of weight.
As you are 5'11" tall, Ken, and I would say you are moderatively active, on a weekly basis, that would put you at about 2,400 calories for your current weight in order for your body to maintain 199 pounds. So if you are maintaining that weight, you're not plateauing, you are merely eating or consuming too many calories per day. If you cut down on the number of calories, plus increase your activity level, then the weight will come off. It's that simple. You really do make this seem like it is rocket science, but it isn't. We can skip over this part. All these things going on. When did I last fast? I can't remember when I last did a 72-hour fast. Blah, 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 blah. Just boring stuff and talking about Carl and the fishing show.
So, because I plateaued for the last week, basically, I think I need to do a 72-hour fast, try to drive my weight down a little bit more, use those 72 hours of fasting to hopefully repair things that are going on in my body that I'm unaware of, hopefully fix any inflammation that I have and any other damaged cells throughout my body that my body needs to fix, and not while I'm not eating.
This portion all harkens back to the videos of Dr. Sten Ekberg that Ken has said that he's watched for the past few years when he's discussing the topic of intermittent fasting. He doesn't understand anything that Dr. Ekberg has said in the videos. He just uses it as talking points in his videos to make it seem like he is well informed. Ken has no clue. If he thinks that going around and eating fast food or eating copious amounts of meat are what Dr. Stenberg is preaching as being healthy and good for the body, and that can be easily fixed by a 72-hour fast, then he's delusional. But we already know that Ken has no clue when it comes to anything.
The only thing I'm going to drink today and tomorrow will be bone broth. Carol made, when I made that big roast, that big prime rib, I had 2 large bones in there, and so Carol boiled them for many hours, and so I've got this nice beef stock or beef broth at home waiting for me. So I'm going to drink that when I get home after I walk with Paul. And yeah, another thing, you can wish me luck on, wish me well. It is for people that eat all the time. The thought of not eating for more than 24 hours is spooky. And I remember back in the day when I would just when I just ate normal, had a normal North American diet.
Ken, you've never had a normal North American diet, as you put it. Not for the last decade or so. Since you got on board with this YouTube gravy train that you've been riding into the ground ever since, you are just eating the shittiest foods on the planet, but you're saying, I have to do it for you because it's my job, and without it, I couldn't do anything else. Plus, on top of that, you've been drinking copious amounts of alcohol. You were, or still are, an alcoholic. Just because you might not be drinking over the last month because of the diet you're on does not mean that you are no longer an alcoholic. Once you're an alcoholic, you are always an alcoholic. You aren't fooling anybody by making it seem like you eat so amazingly because you decide to do an intermittent fast here, an intermittent fast there, carnivore for a month. You know, it doesn't change that you've eaten so poorly for so long. Based on what scientists have found when it comes to processed meats, especially meats that use nitrates, and we know that you've eaten a lot of that. Look at the bacon that you were eating almost nonstop. I doubt that it was nitrate free, but that stuff has been linked to colorectal cancer. I would be shocked if you don't end up with that at some point in, I don't know, the next 5 to 10 years. You're not the only person, but I don't understand why so many people, and hell, even I was guilty of it for a period of time until I opened my own eyes. But everyone seems to think that they're immune from anything bad ever happening to them from a health standpoint. That's not the case. You can easily get colon cancer when you least suspect it. And given that studies are showing that this is becoming a very prevalent issue, as I just aforementioned, especially with eating processed meat, you know, it's something that you might want to take a little more serious consideration with. The fact that I'm actually taking the time to try and educate you or give you some actual advice, and you just turn around and you say, they're just haters. I don't listen to the haters. But then you prove that you actually do when you make some point and lean in close to the camera to say that you do things for yourself, that you don't preach things to people, and that it clearly shows that you are listening to those of us that are reacting to you and giving you criticisms. Most of what I just said is not a criticism. It's actually giving you some rather sound advice or something to consider for your own good. I don't want to see you get cancer or get sick because of the way that you eat for your channel. You could easily still do your channel and make content by not eating at McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's, you know, multiple times a month. But I don't know why you don't want to think about prolonging your life.
And I would, you know, your doctor would say, oh, you got a blood test tomorrow. You need to fast for 12 hours. You're like, what? Not eat breakfast? What? And it was scary not eating food. And then as soon as I started doing the intermittent fasting, then started doing 24-hour fast, 48-hour fast. I've done only one 72-hour fast in my life. Today, or this next little bit, will be my second 72-hour fast. And I've already almost done 24 hours because I haven't eaten anything since 7 o'clock last night, and it's 5 o'clock the next day. So I'm up to 22 hours of not eating.
I honestly have not heard anyone say that they were scared when they were told that they would have to fast for blood work for 12 hours. Most people would plan it out that they wouldn't eat at some point at nighttime, and then they would go and get the blood work in the late morning, early afternoon type situation. So yeah, they might miss breakfast, but so many people nowadays don't even bother with breakfast. And I believe black coffee is allowed, as well as any sort of drink that is not containing sugar. So, again, I don't see how people are scared. I've easily done it, and I have to go get blood work done quite frequently. But I also don't feel hunger the same way that most other people would. For me, it's more of a head hunger. But you know what? I think I will raise the stakes of my channel. I think sometime in the very near future, I will do a 30-day diet. I don't know whether I'll call it carnivore, but given the fact that I personally need to consume 120 grams of protein daily just to maintain muscle mass, so that I don't end up with muscle wasting because of my malabsorption issues, I will do it. I will do it. I will step on a scale. I will show me standing on a scale. And I will try to be as transparent as possible, something that you really weren't able to do during the month of January. As for some sort of photographic evidence, I could easily take a photograph and turn it into a black silhouette to keep my, identity a secret, or whatever, the case may be. Not that I really give a crap about, keeping the secret, but there's no point in me exposing myself on purpose to your audience, who would then take every opportunity to be relentless. I haven't hounded you in any sort of way, and I've always said that I don't condone that of anybody that follows my channel. I'm not sure whether anyone on my channel would want to see me do that, whether they would give a crap one way or the other. I guess you all can let me know whether you think that I should do what Ken wouldn't do by doing that.
And if I can make it through, which I will, make it through tonight, just with the bone broth and more water, then you go to bed and you sleep for 8 hours through your fast, another fast, part of your fast. And next thing you know, it'll be tomorrow, and hopefully sometime tomorrow, I'll get past the hormone hunger pains, the ghrelin. And once you get past that ghrelin, it subsides. Hunger does not continue exponentially until you die. Your body goes through these hormone changes, and once the ghrelin's gone, then you're back to normal. And it's just weird. It's the first time it happens to you, you're like, I cannot believe I am not starving, and it's been 3 days since I've eaten last. It's weird. I recommend it to anybody out there who, with doctor supervision, of course.
Well, at least Ken got ghrelin right. I remember ages ago when I was actively reacting to Ken's videos, and when he was first on this intermittent fasting nonsense, that he was calling it gremlin. I still remember that, and I just thought it was hilarious at the time, because it was just proof that Ken watches something, takes the idea to copy it, and then it doesn't really work out for him the way that he thinks it will. And see, I can't help but laugh here, because we all know that everybody was getting on Ken for telling people to, to do weight loss or to try these diets, and was not saying that they should get approval from their own doctor. But now he does it. Meanwhile, he is apparently ignoring the advice of his own doctor who was not for his diet plans. At least that's what he made it sound like, but who knows, maybe he'll come back and say, no, that was not right. I just said it wrong, like, because half the time when I say something, it comes out completely ass backwards.
I've been doing this for the intermittent fasting for 4 years now. And so I feel like I know what I'm doing with my body. This is my opinion, and don't follow my example. Do your own research and talk to your doctor and have a nutritionist and possibly a coach.
I thought you said that they were nutritionalists, Ken. Now you're actually using the proper term of nutritionist? And yeah, he doesn't listen to any of us. Oy vey.
Let's do this walk with Paul and get home, and I will have my beef broth. And that'll be the only thing I eat today.
Is it just me, or did that look like a container of, like, diarrhea? Like, it looks like someone took a really pale, green apple splatter, as South Park would say, and put it in a container, and now Ken's heating it up. I'm sorry if I'm being gross, but, like, that's just really, unfortunately, what it looked like to me.
Oh, I think I've caught a touch of the flu from little Kenny this morning. I've got the green apple splatters.
Always gotta be liberal with that salt grinder. Ken can't get enough of that sodium.
Back home from my walk with Paul and Ace. Ace is Paul's French bulldog. And I think we walked about 3.66 kilometers. We walked right through Newmarket and around. And it's a great walk. Paul and I always have the best talks on these walks.
I've always got the impression that when Ken and Paul go on these walks, that it ends up being a conversation where Ken is just being a braggart, because it seems like he's constantly spending money on useless technology and other crap that he doesn't need. Meanwhile, Paul was so worried about potentially losing his business during the COVID times. I actually felt kind of bad for him then. And Ken didn't really seem to give a shit. Like, he tried to play off that he cared, But if he cared so much, then why didn't he help Paul out? Like, if he's such a great friend, why didn't he help him out? I almost feel that Paul might be at a point in life where he just kind of tolerates Ken. Like, they don't seem to hang out as often as they used to. So I just think that he lets Ken think that they're such amazing friends, but anytime that, you know, his call display says Ken Domik, he's like, motherfucker, what does that jackass want now? And then he answers the phone.
So like I said, I'm doing a 72-hour fast. We are now, what would that be, 24, 25, 26 hours.
It's no hassle. But all I'm saying, they're gonna get a...
All right, zip it.
You can't even...
Zip it. Zip.
Look, all
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, exhibit A.
I'm just...
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Number 2, would you please back me up?
Look, I'm Zippy Longstockings.
I can't...
When a problem comes along, you must zip it.
Look.
Let me tell you a little story about a man named Shh.
Even before you start, that was a preemptive shh.
Zip it good.
Frau, would you please...
Subtitle, zip it.
Just know I have a whole bag of shh with your name on it.
Would you like to have a suckle of my zipper?
Stop. This is... You know...
Into the first part of our fast. Now I'm going to be doing a broth, bone broth. So this, we boiled the bones from my last prime rib.
You're like a child. Talking... If you... Just one time...
So right now, all I'm smelling is prime rib.
Right, Ken. Because everybody knows that a beef rib bone smells exactly like prime rib. Ugh. What a moron.
So a lot of people that do these 72-hour fasts, I think the first day, maybe 2, they do bone broth, water, electrolytes, and on the last day, just water and electrolytes, or just water.
It seems the word electrolytes is Ken's new tangy. He just says it over and 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 over. Ever since he started with that element, electrolyte sodium crapola that's sounds like it's completely horrible for you, 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Yeah, it's just Ken trying so desperately to get them to sponsor him. It's just the grifter trying to be a grifter, but not having very good success of it.
But that's what people are doing. And again, hopefully I go into a good autophagy and start to heal stuff in my body, start to eat up some of that fat in the skin.
Autophagy. Start to eat up all the fat, depleted fat in your skin. Oh, you mean the skin on your face that looks like it's just melting off? Kind of reminds me of this, Ken.
Just stuff like that. Let's see if I can see if this is too hot. We'll see. It was boiling, so cheers. Oh, perfect temperature. Oh, and I put the right amount of salt and pepper in that.
Wow. Could he be any more fake? That was the most dramatic. Wow. I put the perfect amount of salt and pepper in there, and it's the perfect temperature. Oh my God. And then he, jizzes in his pants.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
That is, I'm drinking liquid prime rib right now. It's like eating prime rib, but in liquid form.
You, sir, are a liar. Liar, liar, your pants are on fire!
That is phenomenal.
It's phenomenally phenomenal, people.
All right, guys, I'm going to go and sit with Carol. It is 9:15 at night on Thursday. I got Carl coming in tomorrow morning, and we'll be working all day on show 10. I totally finished and wrapped up show 9, did all the color correcting, did all the audio corrections and tweaking throughout the whole thing, and made sure everything was in line perfectly, exported it so I can send it out to the network, which I'll do tomorrow. It takes a while. So anyway, thanks guys for all your support on this channel and my other channel. And I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do for the big channel because I need to do the 72-hour fast. What am I supposed to do? I don't know.
All he cares about is the views that lead to the money. That's it. How his viewers don't understand this by now, I just do not get it. He is so transparent when it comes to money and how he grifts people to get more and more of it. But yet, when he tries to be transparent with weight loss, dieting, or, donations that he used to do, he can't be bothered to be transparent about it. So why don't his viewers get it? He has the wool pulled so far over their eyes that they may never come around to seeing Ken for the wolf in sheep's clothing that he is. It's just sad that he thinks these vlogs are so endearing that they make him look good or positive when it has the complete opposite effect. All he seems to do is tell boring bullshit that he did throughout the day, or complain about how he has financial problems because of vehicle issues, and not going to be able to do things that he wants to do. He complains that he is so broke, but yet he's constantly going on trips. So how's he able to afford going to Florida, going to Cuba twice in like the span of like 6 months? He's going to Greece. Like, if Ken's so broke, how is he affording to do this? His channel members, his Patreon subscribers, they're all delusional. Like, they're willing to part with their hard-earned money to fund this fraud, this grifter, this con man. He provides no positive service to the platform whatsoever. If people want to part with their money so badly, they should pick someone that would use it for good. Like, pick somebody that is not Ken Domik and give it to them, because that money would go a lot further in the long run than allowing some nearly 60-year-old piece of crap fund the lifestyle that he dreams about, or partially fund the lifestyle of his dreams. I guess that kind of sums everything up for my little bit of a rant at the end of this video. If you made it this far, I appreciate everybody that watches the videos on the channel, that hit the like button, that have subscribed, which if you haven't, I'd really, really appreciate it if you hit that button. And if you have some extra time, check out some of the older videos. I'm trying to get the view hours back up for the channel. We're so close to the 3,000 necessary to apply for the partnership program or monetization on the channel. That's just so that I can stick it to Ken, because he hates seeing that in his mind that we're making money off of his talent, off of his work, his efforts, when in reality most of us put 10 times as much effort into our videos reacting to him that he does of the videos that he puts up of him sitting in front of a computer or driving his car to either stuff his face with food or just yammering on about useless nonsense. At any rate, until next time, this is KDDE signing out. Have a good one and be safe.
But we'll see. Anyway, cheers, guys.
It's cheers with an S, dipshit.
Talk to you later. Thanks for the support.
Money, money, money. Must be funny in the rich man's world. Money, 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 money.